Now, the numbers. How much did the business actually make in that 4 year business? I'm nervous. I've got this sick feeling in my stomach. Talking to a camera. There's no one around. I just feel like I'm talking to myself and I feel weird and uncomfortable. But we are going to go through with this. Let's get it. Now, it's officially been 1 year since I left my 9 to 5 to pursue my business, my own business. So, in this video, I'm just going to show you what has happened over the last 12 months, the highs, the lows, what the business actually made, and the biggest lessons I've learned. So, who am I? My name is Jeremiah, or usually I just go by Jerey. I own a gardening and lawn mowing business in a regional town in Australia called Bundaberg. So the business is lawn mowing, gardening, hedges, and just your general garden cleanups, everything to do with, outside work. What this channel is going to be about? Well, the channel is just pretty much going to be documenting my journey from leaving a secure 9 to 5 job and building a business that gives me time and financial freedom. That's the end goal. And the goal isn't just to mow lawns. It's showing how an ordinary skill or a skill can become a vehicle to an extraordinary life. And I thought there was no better way to start this YouTube channel than looking back on my very first year of business, which is July 18th, is this month, is my 4 year of business, which is absolutely insane to me, but I wouldn't have it any other way. So, why I left my 9 to 5 job? Well, the why behind me leaving my 9 to 5 job, well, it's been in the making for about 5 years. I've had this feeling of wanting more, wanting to spend time with my family when I wanted, without the also constraint of money being a limiting factor of me doing that as well. So with that building of 5 years, it always been, there's always this feeling of like, this isn't for me, a job and working for someone, it didn't feel right. It didn't align with me and who I was and what I wanted to do. So I tried other businesses, these trendy online businesses like drop shipping and online agencies and anything to do with the online. Like, I went into a rabbit hole to build something like that, and it was challenging. Like, it was really, really challenging doing that. And I just didn't have the I had the drive to learn, but just not the confidence in doing, I did this e-commerce course, which was, high ticket drop shipping, which you sell products over $1,000, and obviously the profit as well you kept. And I bought this course for about, I think it was about $7-8 grand, and I paid it off. I did installments, paid it off, and I actually did the website. I called the suppliers. I got suppliers on board, and I don't know, my confidence in to keep pursuing that just fell off the cliff. Like, I didn't have the motivation to do it because I think at didn't have that skill of being in that industry, or having confidence and knowing what the industry was like. So it was a lot more challenging to sort of keep going. So I think one day I sat down with one of my mates, and I just came up with this like idea, like, why don't I start a gardening business? Like, that's what I'm doing. I've been doing it for 5 years. It's like, I've been in the industry, I understand it, I have confidence in my own skill. So the business was sitting right in front of me, and I went for something that was trendy and that looked shiny and that I could make quick money from, and I thought I could make quick money from. And then so I put that dropshipping online business behind me, and I went all in on July 18th of 2025 into my gardening business. And it's been a full year now, and it's all the stars align, and I feel happy doing it. It's what I'm meant to be doing. So yeah. And the biggest lesson, or the biggest mindset shift, realizing when I was sitting at my 9 to 5 job, my previous one, in this hot shed, thinking like, when should I leave this job? Like, it was just draining me and I was just burnt out. And I sat in that shed, opened up my laptop, went into my emails, and sent my 2-week resignation, just like that. Because the mindset was, it's not the end of the world. Like, I can always go back to a 9 to 5 job if I really have to. If I don't make enough money, or if I run out of my savings, or I can always go back. I still have my skill. I can still use that and go back and then start again. So that in itself removed a lot of the fear of starting a business, or taking that leap of sending my resignation. So that was a big learning curve. And what was the first year really like of running and owning my own small business? It was very challenging, really, really challenging. Just getting clients, like losing jobs, losing money, the self-doubt, the long days, it's equipment breaking, learning pricing, learning sales, building systems, and just the moments at the very beginning was just like grueling. Like, there was no results for the first, I would say, 7 to 8, almost 9 months. There was no results that were like I'm gaining momentum. There was no reward. It was just like input after input, but nothing I got back, which is probably the most challenging part of it. I think when you believe in yourself and your abilities, and you just show up regardless, and then you get these small wins that keep pushing you to keep going, I think it's this 10 step back, 2 steps forward, 10 steps back, 2 steps forward, and it's addicting. Like, but it's uncomfortable. I think it's been a feeling of being uncomfortable for that 9 months or whatever. There was no real hit of like, I'm getting results. And only now in the 10th, 11th month, I'm just starting to get a bit of momentum. So yeah, I think the biggest lesson was just showing up regardless, and taking and being grateful for all the little small things that you get. 3 things I'd tell myself on day 1. Lesson 1, don't expect results, Momentum takes months and the work compounds. Lesson 2. Focus on inputs. Serve clients, get reviews, improve, post consistently, and the score will take care of itself. Lesson 3. Take care of yourself. Sleep, health, mindset, relationships. Your business only performs as well as you do. Where is the business going? The end goal is to reach time and financial freedom through a business, and to also build a extraordinary business that my community in town can rely on and use, and just go above and beyond and give an exceptional service to the people that I serve. I mean, that's why it's called a service business. And I think with some businesses, or in my experience, the people that I've worked for have gone away from the part of service, which is a home service business that I'm in. They didn't take pride or quality in the work. It was just another job. And I think the business is the essence of that, is to give that. And because I have that vision, every decision now gets filtered through that goal or through that vision. It moves me toward that life. If it doesn't serve me and isn't moving me toward that goal, I don't do it. And if it does, I do. So it's as simple as that. Now, the numbers. How much did the business actually make in that 4-year business? Well, the revenue was $116,665. Expenses was $59,025. Net profit was $57,659. So those are the numbers for the full year from July 1st, 2025 to now, July 2026. And the biggest lesson from knowing those numbers and tracking those numbers was, now that I have my own numbers baseline to compare and work off now, I think in the early stages, or just during this whole year, I was always comparing myself to other businesses and being hard on myself. Is like, I'm not doing enough, I look at all these other businesses and they're bigger and better, and now that I've realized, like, it's a race between me and me, me and my own numbers, like. And now that, I have these numbers, I can go into the next year having a baseline to compete at and to work off, and I don't have to have this insecurity of looking at other people and comparing, because that does no good. So that's the biggest lesson I've learned, is now I have a standard and a baseline to compete against, which is pretty cool and relieving. Biggest mistakes with these numbers is probably not understanding, like, the terminologies with numbers and business. Like, I know the basics, but I think everything else I'm still trying to learn, and just so that I can understand all that sort of numbers and what they mean, and the importance that it means for a business. Those are the numbers for my 4 year of business since leaving my 9-to-5 job. I was pretty surprised with a lot of the numbers when I had a look at them. Like, I didn't have like a numbers goal for the year. I didn't set a number that I wanted to earn. Like, I didn't set that I would want to earn 57,000 of net profit or revenue 116,000. Like, I didn't aim for any of that. I just went into the business wanting to make $500 a day. Like, I remember speaking to my partner about it. Like, before I wanted to start it, I was like, look, I'd be happy with $500 a day. Like, that's my goal. And yeah, that wasn't consistently every day because I'm still working towards that. But I've been getting, like $1,000 days, $2,000 days, almost up to $4,000 days. Like, and I never expected any of that. And all the goals or all the little numbers that I set, I've completely smashed them. Like, but I didn't really have a standard. Like I said before, I didn't have a baseline of numbers to go off. So I didn't know if I was doing well or not. But I had these moments where I was like in my car driving, and I'd see my trailer and all my tools and my branding on my car and my shirts, and I have clients, and I went back to those moments to ground myself because, I think I was getting to a stage where I was comparing with other businesses and, wanting more when, I had to look back to where I was and to where I started, and it grounded me in that moment. I was really grateful and about the position I'm in right now, not in a year or 2 years. It's like, where was I before to where I am now? Obviously, I've improved and progressed, and that's what's kept me, grounded in where I am and content that I'm moving in the right direction. So I guess 1 year ago I had no idea where this journey would take me. Today, I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but going back to that shed, I'm not wondering what if anymore. Like, I'm a business owner now. Like, it's been a year, and I'm proud of who I am and proud of what I'm becoming, because in the span of a year, like, I've learned and I've grown so much from all the experiences, challenges, ups and downs of the business. And I truly believe that a simple skill or a skill that you already have can be a vehicle to time and financial freedom, which I'm trying to prove through this channel. And I'm not an expert, I'm just a student and learning every day and just becoming 1% better each and every day, and that I will reach that goal of mine, that vision. So yeah, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.